What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Johnny, with the Retro Ground Podcast. And in front of me, man, we have... I'm going to say, man, you're like my sensei, bro, when it comes to the vending machine game, bro. You really inspired me, bro, and that's why I really wanted to bring you on the podcast, man. This is not necessarily video games, but introduce yourself. And me and Armando met at the Little Tokyo Flea Market, man. And, dude, I'm going to say, man, like I said, you inspired me, bro. I'm like, a vending machine, and this guy left before everyone, bro. So introduce yourself, man. and let us know the name of your business, bro. Just go ahead and take it away, man.
Yeah, so hi guys, my name is Mondo. I run the Pokestop Vending machine with my wife. It's really weird because, like, as you said, like, I'm his sensei, but I'm looking over here at his setup and all of this stuff. I'm like, this is what I aspire to be and to have, in a couple of years. I was like, man, we run everything out of our closet at home. Way. All of our stuff is stacked in our closet. All of the prizes, they take up all of the space in our living room. And I'm like, man, if I could just have a little spot. I'm like looking at this. And I'm like, all right, I got a goal now. Now I'm a very goal-oriented person, and so this is the new goal, to have a little room away from home and just to come and chill and to work. I need that separation.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, you inspired me, bro. Like I said, I didn't know you can take the vending machine to the next level, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you took it to the next level. And when you were vending, and we'll start off with this, but when you were vending, and I heard people screaming. You're like, oh man, bro! I kid you not. I'm like, what's going on over there? That sounds cool, bro. But now I can relate, because when they pull a prize, right? I can feel it. I'm like, oh, you won the charge. I understand now, because I'm also starting the vending machine, and like I said, I looked at what you had going on Instagram, and I kind of was like, man, I ripped this one from the Pokestop page, man. I ripped this one from your book, bro. I took that page out of your book, bro, because it's inspiring, man, to see what you and your wife have built. I mean, I don't want to get personal, but if you feel comfortable, man, how much money did you make that day, bro? Because, dude,
the Little Tokyo event. Oh, man. I think we made just under $700 that day. And like you said, we left early.
Yeah.
It was
how many hours,
our
bro?
Best events. We were there maybe 4 or 5 hours. It wasn't even the full event.
Yeah.
And I did not think that we would sell out. At a new event, I normally don't bring a full inventory with us because I test the waters. There is a group that we do go to and work with religiously, and I've built trust with them. They know me, I know them, and so for them, I go all out. I bring everything to make sure that we provide them with the best possible experience. Mm-hmm. And whenever I get a new spot, I always test the water, because I don't want to haul 3 machines and not empty them. That's a waste of my time and a waste of my energy.
And those machines are heavy, bro.
They're heavy as hell. I live on the second floor. I have to carry that.
No elevator?
Stairs.
You don't have an elevator?
No elevator. It's an old building.
Man,
it's one of those dingbats.
Mad props,
so I carry
bro.
that, and I'm just like,
I know. I bring mine up here. I bring my small one up here. I'm like, bro. So, like, when I'm doing the inventory and checking everything, I'm just like, bro, it's just like, it's too much sometimes. Here, I'm like, man.
I'm going to show you a trick. Okay. I'm going to show you a trick later of how to stack it to separate things, but not have stuff fall out. That's been super helpful to me. And, but yeah, for that particular event, I was not expecting any such a big crowd, because I know that mall. This is the Little Tokyo Galleria.
Yeah.
I know that mall is a dead mall. I actually went on a really bad date there one time. It was awful. And as we were pulling up, I hadn't been there since that date. I told my wife, I was like, hey, remember that really horrible date I told you about? This is where it happened. And I was like, if I see that chick here, I'm going to hide, because I do not want to run into her.
That's funny.
And, I told my wife everything. But, we showed up, and it blew our minds.
I know,
it blew our minds, and we're really excited to be with them next weekend.
Yeah, no, because when I saw you saying up, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, man, that's why I asked you. You know, like I said, out of respect, bro. I didn't want to bring out my vending machine because my daughters are like, they have a vending machine as well, and I'm like, no way. Like she's like, Dad, they have like 3, and I'm like, what? You know, and I was like, no way. So I was like, I think we should ask them. You know, I don't want to be that dude trying to, you know, conflict of interest, you know. So that's why I was like, hey dude, we have one, is it cool? But obviously yours was way cooler because you had a whole layout with prizes, so that was cool. So my first question would be, how did this idea come about? Like, you know, how did you come up with the Pokestop idea?
It's because me and my wife are cosplayers. We cosplay as Skyla and Tierno. And I made us these giant cards. Oh, you've seen the card.
I've seen the card.
You've seen the card. So we have 2 separate cards away from that are our cosplay cards. It's made out of the same material, and it's an exact replica of the Skyla trainer card from the Pokemon game and the Tierno trainer card from the Pokemon trading card game. And I custom designed them myself, and I printed them, and I made it. That's our regular cosplay. So
gotcha.
when we go to conventions, we would pass out cards to people,
like
for free.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah. So if somebody followed our Instagram accounts, like our cosplay Instagram accounts, which is Senior Cosplay on Instagram, we would give them a choice. You know, we find the cards. I was like, all right, pick a card, and that's how that started. And then we maybe gave away like 500 or 600 cards, and I told my wife, I was like, we just gave away 500 or 600 cards. Like, we should be doing something about that.
Yeah,
it's not like we have.
Were you buying these cards and just giving them out?
Well, it's our personal collection. That's the cool thing about the vending machine, which I'll get to later. But everything that we give away is our own personal collection, minus a couple of things.
Oh, wow.
But we were giving out cards, and I told my wife back in literally this time last year, I was like, hey, would you be okay if I bought a coin-operated vending machine like you see at the... For me, it's like getting from the haircut. So when I would get a haircut as a kid, my grandpa would give me some quarters. I put in the machine.
Yeah, of course.
Got my card. And so she said, how much is it going to be?
What did you pay for your machine?
In total, for everything...
For your first one?
Just under $700 for the sleeves and the machine itself.
Wow.
So it was just under $700 for all of that. And she was like, that's a lot. Do we have it? And I was like, yeah, we have it. So that's how that started. And we took it to our very, very first event up somewhere over here in not North Hollywood, Venice.
Oh, Van Nuys.
Yeah. Okay. And we made $4 at our first event.
No way. It was
awful.
What kind of event? Like a night market kind of?
Yeah, I don't want to name names.
But no, of course. But I'm just, it wasn't like like obviously they have retro ones. I kind of feel like I don't know about you, but what I've noticed is my biggest clients are little kids, bro. Because I've gone where obviously it's not tailored to kids.
Yeah. And
adults kind of just bypass it, like, that's as far as I've been doing it, but I mean, maybe it's different for you.
Oh, it's very different for us. Yeah. We actually had an event in October. It was Halloween. It was a Halloween themed event, and they were having a trick or treat thing. So all of the vendors, we all got little things of candy, and we can put them in the bags as the kids walked by. And I was like, oh my God, we're in the Palisades. We're going to make a killing. Like, this is going to be one of our best events. Gotcha. And it wasn't. Little, like not little kids, but like children aren't our demographic. Parents didn't want to spend more than $1 or $2 at that event.
Gotcha.
And so
I guess when I say little kids, when I say little kids, I don't mean like little toddlers. I guess I'd probably say like teenagers.
Okay, yeah.
Like, obviously under 8, like kids, right? It's teenagers, I can say. But little kids, like you said, for sure. They just kind of look at it.
They see like, oh, Pokemon. And then their parents like, oh, yeah, that's nice. And kind of walk them away. But, even teenagers, like, but our main demographic is college age and people my age. I'm 32. So,
you don't look 32, bro.
Dude,
I thought you were like 25.
Nah, man, I feel 32. I definitely feel 32.
You don't look great too, man. Take good care of yourself, man. Oh man. So you're saying like college?
Yeah, college age.
That's about
it's 20s to early 30s, and I'm mostly market towards people in their early 30s because this is their nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like I'm not offering
100%.
you Pokemon. I'm offering you nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'm offering you joy.
Yeah. No, it's awesome, man. So prior, you said you prior to doing the Pokestop, you had that account, right? How long were you doing the cosplay for before you actually jumped into the Pokestop?
Well, I've been cosplaying since I was 18, but this particular account was made when I met my wife, and I met my wife in 2019, 22, right before 2020.
Okay.
And so that's when we started to go to conventions together, and she's was a part of like a cosplay guild, and that's kind of how we met. She did Star Wars cosplay, and I was like,
"Oh wow,
I like that cosplay. Like, that's really cute. That's really hot. Like, hi, I'm Mondo." And then we started talking, and then we started cosplaying together, and that's how she's like, "Hey, why don't you make a cosplay account? Because like you have a couple really good costumes, show them off." I'm like, okay. That's how that started. So about 2021 is when I really started like heavy cosplaying on the side and made those cards for us and started passing them out.
That's awesome. How many events would you say you have under your belt?
Probably about 20.
20 events?
Yeah.
Out of all of them, which one has been like obviously the $4 one, right? But which one has been your favorite event? I mean, aside from the money, aside that you're just like, man, this was so cool.
My very first front row card show was my favorite event because one of my coworkers, he does baseball cards.
Okay.
And so him and his friends, they buy tables at really high end card shows, and I go visit them and I bring them food and I go hang out because they help me. They helped when I was first breaking into the card industry.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot, and they were my guides. So out of respect, I go hang out. We talk, we have fun. I bring food, we just chill. And so they're like, "Hey, one of our friends isn't going to be here Sunday. Why don't you come bring your machine?" And I was like, "You think I'm going to make any money?"
How long were you already into the vending machine?
This is like midway.
Wow.
So we started in May, and our big show was in November.
Oh wow.
And so I was like, I'm not, last card show I did, I barely made table. And they're like, no, just come. It's free. It's free. He paid for it. He's not showing up. We want to give it to you. I'm like, okay, thank you guys. And my God, we completely sold out within 3 or 4 hours of being there.
No way.
And I couldn't leave. I was stuck at the table with them for another like 4 or 5 hours. Wow. And they were all laughing at me. They were laughing at me as like, "You idiot. You thought you weren't going to make any money." And then I had, again.
How many cards did you sell that day, bro?
I made about $600.
Wow, dude.
And again, I didn't bring backup inventory because of that same thing. It's my first show at this place. Previous card shows taught me this is not my demographic, and don't put all your eggs in this basket. So I messed up.
Man.
Yeah.
So, you already answered one of the questions I was going to ask you, what's the event you've made the least money? You said $4, dude. Did that discourage you, bro?
I took the day off of work. Like I left work early. I'm a high school teacher, and it's hard to leave work early. So I left work early. I said I had a doctor's appointment. I hope no one sees that. But
this guy. That's funny.
Me and my wife, we got full dressed up in our cosplay. Like, we were ready. We're like, this is they called it half Halloween. So it was like, everyone's going to show up in costume. There's going to be a bunch of kids.
What city?
I think it was Venice.
Okay.
It was in the northern area. And we got there. We set up. It was like cool. And we were the only people there that dressed up. The only kids that were there were the kids that, the parents of the vendors who were already there. The only people who made money were the food vendors.
Oh my goodness, bro!
And there was another Pokemon vendor.
Out of the $4, your sister was two.
Yeah, my sister showed up and she gave us $2.
Oh man!
Because I was like, hey, I need to film some stuff. Can you help me like just use the machine? So
that's funny.
I gave her the $2. So we really just made $2.
Just made $2. Oh my goodness, bro.
But, you know, there was another Pokemon vendor there, and again, I don't want to name names.
No, of course.
But they were extremely rude to us.
No
way. My wife has a red wig on, and like she went to go and buy stuff from them, you know, just to see like, hi, you know, we do Pokemon too.
Support,
and they ignored her the entire time she was in their booth, and so she left. And after that I walked over just to see what they had, just to kind of peek. I was like, man, like, why are you disrespecting my wife like that? And I looked at them and I was like, they wouldn't even talk to us. They wouldn't even say anything. And I was really discouraged at the event. The event. The people who were the host wasn't that great. I thought, you know, hey, we Pokemon, you Pokemon, like how me and you are.
Yeah, of course.
And you know, I was super discouraged because I was like, is this how it's gonna be? Like, are the other Pokemon vendors gonna be, you know, assholes to us? Are they gonna not want to, you know, talk and? But it was just that one. Every other Pokemon vendor I've worked with, they've been so kind, and you know how we exchange ideas. We all exchange ideas, and I don't know what was with this one, but that event was to be the very first event.
Oh,
it was our very first event, and I remember telling my wife, I was like, I think I made a mistake. As we were leaving,
this was already after you had invested the $700.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, I think I made a mistake, and I think we just wasted, you know, $700.
Oh my goodness!
And that was super discouraging because
100%.
You know, it's not like we have $700 to.
Of course, dude. That's an investment, bro. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Because it was like, get this and like potentially make a lot of money.
Yeah.
The whole reason why I started this business was so the two of us can finally go on our honeymoon, because we couldn't afford our honeymoon. So we've been married for 2 years and we still haven't gone on our honeymoon. And I was devastated because I was like, I could have put that money towards our honeymoon instead.
Even up to now, you guys haven't gone.
Not yet.
Where do you guys want to go?
Japan. Like we were trying to go to Japan, dude. And we're finally going to go in November.
GoFundMe, bro. I'm down to put in some money. No, for real, man. Like, because you're a down to earth guy, bro. Like, seriously, dude. Like, and I love to like put towards that and pour in. You know what I mean? Because you're a good dude, bro. Like, for real.
Thank you. I do appreciate
and
that.
I think that I'm sure people will definitely donate, bro, towards that. Like, for someone to be married and not go on their honeymoon, I mean, how much is a ticket, bro?
It's like $2,000 for the round trip and all of that. But I'll talk to my wife, because we're working really hard.
I know that you're probably you look like the type of guy that you don't really want a free handout. You know, you would rather work for it. So
I do enjoy, like, I enjoy working.
Yeah, I know.
It gives me purpose.
But like a GoFundMe would be cool, bro. And
a GoFundMe would be cool, and I would appreciate anybody who's willing to. Yeah. I will never.
If you haven't met Mondo, dude, he's a down to earth guy, man. So cool. I know sometimes, you know, I get the same thing. Sometimes people are like, hey, Mo, you look serious. I think life has took a toll on me, you know, like even at the event when I met you, when you kind of came and scoped it out, and I'm like, man, is this dude like upset because I have my vending machine? But, you know, once we messaged each, I think, how did it go when we did the VGS? Did you message me? Or?
I messaged you. I saw it, and I was like, oh, this guy was cool to me. Like, I'm gonna see if he'd be interested. Like, he'd be interested in letting me go. And I fully did not expect the yes. I was like,
are you serious?
Yeah. No. Again, I'm new to the space, and to me, it's like I saw all your cameras set up and all that, and I saw your YouTube eBay YouTube banner, bro, and I was like, this fool knows what he's doing. This guy's established.
Funny, that is so funny, bro. I kid you not. That day, bro, I'm like, we forgot. I probably do. We forgot so much, bro. And I told my daughter, look, we work with what we have. It's cool because we forgot so many things, bro. Like, we were in a rush, bro, because we're like, oh, we'll wake up early. It's 20 minutes away. Bro, tell me why I put my alarm like 8 p.m., bro.
Oh,
bro, 9:20, 9:40. I'm like, oh, I wake her up. I'm like, JD, wake up. And she's like, well, I'm like, dude, we gotta go. So, anyways, but dude, I didn't even think about that, bro. I had my banner, right? And I had so I still didn't have that the Squirtle on the
Pokeball or the ramen
with the ramen on the that's that Dragon Ball Z Nimbus, flying Nimbus, so I still didn't have that banner, but initially it's supposed to be the plastic rack, and I'm supposed to put that on top so it stands up, so it's obnoxious, right? So that was my thing, but we forgot it, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So we had the other one, right? And I'm all about, I love branding, bro. Like I told RetroCorp, I love branding, and I love making logos, bro. So anything, like even when I saw what you had going on, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna make a little winner. I didn't have a name for it, and I'm like, I'm gonna do Ultimate Pokemon. I started drawing stuff out because I draw it out. Then I started doing everything on my phone, but like I said, dude, I didn't even think that would even be like a thing for someone else, right? Like to me, it was like, bro, that's sad. I felt like I was like, man, I went into the show like. But I made like $700. I think I made like $750, bro. Yeah. But I went into that show thinking like, dude, I could have done better, bro. I could have, I think we didn't even bring like our flag banner to throw in the back. Like, we wanted to go all out.
Have that. That day, at that point, we didn't even have a tablecloth. That was our bed sheet. That's our bed sheet covering the table. So like, I'm seeing everybody else set up. I'm like, man, we look like a bunch of bumpkins over here with our with our sheet, and
I didn't even pay attention. It's funny that obviously but people won't notice, right? Because to me, I'm like, I'm filming, I'm like, man, dude, this guy's, and I think I had like a dumb little Charmander on my vending machine, and I saw yours, you had the Pokemon font, and you had a green one and a red one.
I'll send you that font because it's a generator, and it's fantastic. I'll send that over to you. Yeah.
So I saw it. I'm like, man. I'm looking at yours, right? I'm looking at mine. I'm like, yeah, bro. That's why he sold out. That thing looks cool. Mine feel like they're feeling sorry for me, bro. But that day, and I saw I really wanted. Who was eating? Is a Squirtle eating the noodles, right? Someone won that, bro.
Yeah,
I wanted to buy that, bro. I kid you not. I told my daughter, I'm like, dude, I want to buy it and put it in my office because it'll look cool in here, right? So and she's like, you can't buy it. You have to win it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't buy it? Then what are they selling? I told her
nothing.
They're not selling nothing. They're selling the machine. I'm like,
I'm selling you joy. Bro, I'm selling you nostalgia.
People get addicted to that, bro. People get so addicted.
Dude, one time because it's funny you bring up the lights. That's always like a big attractor. And one of those things let
me ask you real quick. How do you light it up? Is it battery?
USB.
Oh, okay.
In the back, I have because I love to camp. I have our camping battery, and then it has a USB port. So I just go. I just plug them in, and then it's hidden. Packaging is super important to me, and like presentation is very important to me. Yeah. So I try to make sure bro. I have everything that's backstage, like the backstage area has to be neat and tidy, so you don't notice it. Again, I'm a musician. I've been a stage tech most of my life, and I know how to make things disappear. And
he is a musician, man. He just showed me a little trick of the trade with the mic stands. If you can pay attention, his mic stand is professionally set up. Mine's like, it's different. I mean, you can tell you're a professional, bro. But anyways, keep going.
But one time, we were at a bar because we do like bar events and that kind of stuff. And this one dude, he just really wanted that light. So every 30 minutes, an hour, so he stopped by, dropped down like $30, play. No and way. I don't load the machine to put the best prizes at the top. It's literally all random. I just sit at my desk, go boop 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 boop, 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 put it all together. What's where? I have no idea. I don't know where anything is in the machine. Yeah. One time someone won a $50 prize after like the third or fourth pull, and I was like, whoa. I didn't even know. It's a surprise for me. Wow. But this guy kept playing and playing and playing. And at the end of the night, it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And this guy is drunk. And I told him, I was like, hey, man, I'm not going to take your money no more. Like, you're drunk, dude. I'm not going to take your money. you're cut off. You're cut off from the bar. You're cut off from me. And then like he leaves and he brings his wife because she's been watching him play the whole time.
Funny.
He's like he really wants that light.
No way.
And I was like,
is it the Squirtle with the noodles?
No, it was a different one. Okay. I forget which one it was.
If you finally do send it to me, I'd love to put it up, bro.
Yeah, and so she's like, it's okay. He really, really likes you. And she's like, not to brag, but like he can afford it. And I was like, okay, all right. If you give me the A-OK, I will allow him to continue to play. I just do not want to take advantage of somebody that's drunk.
Yeah, under the influence.
And so he played, and then he won. He won. He actually won.
How much did he spend, bro?
He spent because that's the thing. There's three slots.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And but the way he liked to play it was he liked to go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and so I think he spent around $80, just under 80 or so. But like in the morning, because I got his Instagram account. In the morning, I messaged him. I was like, hey man, I just want to double check. Are you cool? Like, do you like? I told him. You spent a lot of money on us. Like, we really appreciate it. But, like, you were drunk. I just want to make sure. If you want, I will send you back that last $20 you spent on us. And he's like, nah, man. I had so much fun.
That's
like,
cool.
It was worth it.
That's
and I was like,
cool,
hey, I just want to, I want to be respectful.
Yeah,
I want make sure you're having fun.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure we're providing that for you. But at the same time, I'm all like, hey,
yeah, it's funny.
You had a little too much.
Yeah,
don't want to be taken advantage.
It's so funny you say that, dude. At the event, bro. I think it might have been the last one, bro, where I posted that video, dude. I kid you not. So the kids that you saw in the video, bro, were actually the sons of the host, and the host, and he was not having it, bro. Like. And then I kind of was like, hey, bro, like, you're, like, I know he kind of said it plain. He was like, hey, bro, don't give him more quarters. And I'm like, all right, cool. Hey, bro, I can't give you more quarters. And then the son was kind of like, no, something on, I don't remember exactly, but, I'm like, dude, but he wanted the Charizard. And I told him, honestly, I think I put the Charizard in the middle. I don't remember. I'm like, you forget, bro. There's so many cards.
There's like 500-600 cards in the machine. It's like people ask me, it's like, oh, where's this price? I'm like, I genuinely don't know. I can guarantee you it's not the top card because the top card is a plain card, because the top card is, if you pull the last card in the machine, you win a special tin of cards.
Oh,
like, you win a tin. If you're the last person to pull, you win a tin.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I don't know what the last thing is in the machine. Well, I know what the last thing in the machine is, and it's not what you want. Well, I mean, it's not what you want.
Of course. But it's not the prize.
It's like a $40 box of cards that you're gonna win if you pull the last one.
Yeah.
And you're asking for this, and this. Yeah, I don't know where.
And I just remember, because the Charizard, I'm like, because I don't know if it's a thing with me, but I've noticed that people love to pull from the middle. I don't know why.
Every show that we go to,
right?
I keep a little tally of what's what, and I'm all like, why does the middle always the first one to go? Because people don't know, the machines we're talking about are the sticker vending machines. So you get a little card, but normally there's 3 columns,
3 little slots, yeah.
And people really, really like the middle. Like when I was at your event, the first one to break was the middle. And again, it's just I put the machine through like 2 or 3 years worth of stress in a day. And so the spring snap and all that.
Oh, man.
So like
you fix them, right?
I fix machines. So if anything happens to you, just let me know. Sure. I'll take care of you. I have the parts in my closet.
That's cool. Yeah, I noticed that they pull from the middle. So I knew, because obviously, I've had shows, and I'm like, dude, I just refill it. So whatever is left, I just put cards on top of the cards, right? So, but I noticed that the middle one was like very low, and I'm like, and that's why I remembered. I told a little kid, the Charizard is in the middle. Like, that's for sure. Because the side ones, they were like maybe about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 inches.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I just kind of filled them up. Told him the Charizard's in the middle, so that he kept pulling and pulling and pulling. Someone had pulled a Venusaur, so he was kind of like, oh man. So I'm like, the Charizard. And when he saw that video that I posted, my buddy who was filming, when he finally pulled it, bro, he went bananas, bro. But if you pay attention, bro, on that video, the dad's with the hat, the dad was not excited, bro.
Yeah.
Because he's probably like, bro, You know, like he's like probably like, dude, and I never thought about what you said. You know, you want to have that respect. You know, like, hey, you know what? I don't want to take that money, bro. Like, you don't want people to feel like, hey, this dude take advantage of me, bro, right? And that's pretty cool. What you texted to make sure, hey, look, I'll give you the $20 back, bro. Like, I'm not even. Especially if he's under the influence, bro. Yeah. You don't want to be known as that guy. Like, yeah, this guy took advantage of him. That's not cool.
I mean, we do a lot of parties. And there's a lot, we have a lot of intoxicated people who come through and work with us.
You know what's funny that you, sorry, bro. You know what's funny you say that? A buddy of mine said, you should do kids' birthday parties. Now that you say that, I never thought about having intoxicated people coming and playing.
It's a lot harder. I'll be completely honest. As much as I love the groups that we do work with, it's a lot harder because they spill drinks on the table. We have to keep them away from the plushies because we got put next in the smoker section one time, and like everyone was smoking weed outside, and then our plushies smelled like weed, and I had to toss them. We lost.
Oh my goodness! I had never thought about that, bro. Because obviously you want to display them, right?
Yeah.
And if it's dude.
So that was a rough day because we lost like $60 in product.
Oh man!
And I'm not gonna.
Of course,
I'm not gonna put.
What if a little kid wins it, right?
Exactly.
You don't want to give a little kid and
it's like,
no, for sure.
Like, what is? Hey, mommy, what's this smell?
he's laughing, right? Oh no, that's all bad. Yeah, that's true, man. I never thought about that.
It's something that we're very conscious about when we do that kind of party. It's like, we gotta. Be mindful of where we're placed.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone's super cool about it when we tell them. I was like, hey, we don't just do this. We work with kids too, and like we're also trying to break into the kids' birthday party scene as well. And that's been hard. That's a hard. I'm not sure talking to a parent trying to get convince them like, hey, you want Pokemon? Like, you like Pokemon?
Yeah, bro. And even my buddy told me he's like, you know what you should do, bro? Is like just to get in people's houses. He said, bro, do free kids do the kids parties, like do them for free, bro. You know, because Pikachu.
Do your first 2 or 3.
Oh, when the little Tokyo, what we forgot was that Pikachu, bro. I forgot the Pikachu. And I'm like, oh, I forgot the Pikachu. And she's like, it's okay, Dad. Because, I'm a type of dude that presentation is everything for me, bro. So when we didn't bring the Pikachu, I'm like, bro, it's a Pikachu event. How did you not bring the Pikachu, bro? Right? So that, I don't know, man. But I'm saying, dude, it's not that expensive. I'll send you the link, dude. Yeah. If you can afford one, bro, dude, buy it, bro.
Oh, yeah. No.
Buy it, dude. And it little kids just love it, bro. It just pulls, like I said, it's the little kids who come and they're like, oh yeah, and then but I like the way you have it. You have, so far I've done my vending machine, then I put the prizes in the back. Me and my wife were kind of like, what if people take them? But the way you have it is pretty cool because people want, hey, how much is this? This is not for sale, right? I mean, I'm sure you probably throw that little hook, that line, right? Like, oh, these are the prizes that you win when you pull the right card or that one card, right? And another page that I took from your book, bro, was like that day at my event when I went to go play your machine, because I'm telling you, bro, everyone was like, hey, bro, here, da da da. I'm like, bro, like I didn't even pull out most of my stuff, bro. Anyways, and like I said, out of respect, I didn't take my machine, bro, because I didn't want to be that guy. Like, yeah, it's over here, bro. No, I respect it, bro. I respect the hustle. So when I went to your machine, bro, and, I took another page from Pokestop from my sensei. So I was like, hey, let me get 5. You're like, you get 5, you get 1 more. So every time I've done 5, I do the 1 more. And it gets people hooked, bro. Because you're like, you left 4 more for the next guy. They're like, and it's something they're like, nah, bro, give me 4 more. You know? And
give me 4 more.
They want that 5th slot to, to get that prize, bro. So
I saw that on your last post about how you put your thing. It said, every 5 is a guaranteed win. And that was ours we had that on our machine for a long time, and then my wife was like, take it off, let's see what happens. And honestly, I can tell you, take it off, see what happens.
Okay, I'll try that.
Still keep it. It's still not like you're not gonna put $10 and then you get a prize. No, that's not fun. I do all of this for fun. Yeah, like the money. Yes, we use half of the money to help pay for our trip to Japan, and half of the money stays in the business.
That's cool.
And we're not hurting in the business.
Yeah, no.
Like we just dropped $500 for Taste of Japan, because we got a personal invite to be a part of that in the OC in June.
Man.
And so I was like, me and my wife talked. We saw what we had in our business, and we were just like, okay, cool. We have the money. Let's jump on that, because and she's gonna be performing at the event. So it's just really beneficial for us.